Hello, listeners! You're listening to 18 Minutes with Satyal and Silwal. I am Satyal.
And I'm Silwal, and we're a weekly podcast on the Himalayas.
Even if it's Dashain, but it's a Tuesday and it's 7:30, you know it's time for perspectives, conversations, and stories.
What are you doing listening to us on Dashain right now? Go out with your family, have fun, play some cards, right?
They love us all too much. What can we say? But what the hell are you doing with me on a Dashain?
I, as you know, I didn't have any Dashain this time, so I just came here to spoil your Dashain.
Oh God.
Why not?
Why not? Okay, so what do we talk about today?
Because no one's gonna listen to us, right?
Yeah,
let's just be
pretty
as
much.
random as possible. And let's just do a very random episode.
Okay, let's just think of 18 things, because our show is 18 minutes with Satyal and Silwal. Let's just think of 18 random things that might happen on a Dashain day.
Yeah, why not?
Why not, right? Since nobody's listening. Okay, so you want to start?
Okay, well, just give me a time to think. All right, ready?
Yeah, you can be very spontaneous. All right, number
one.
So you're waiting for the taxi.
Yeah.
Right? So you're moving on with your family members.
Your dad,
your mom, everyone's dressed up, but for some reason the taxi does not show up. And even with the ones that show up, they're asking an exorbitant fee, right? So your dad is pissed off. Your dad is pissed off, and you know these kids are like, you know, they're itching to get to mama ghar, and then it's just not happening, right? So you must have seen this during the time of Dashain.
Yeah, if you did not see it, you were one of them.
You are one of them. Absolutely. Okay.
All right.
Number two.
One of your relatives is gonna be like, "Babu, timi kaile pani aउँदैन दशैंमा," and you get a bashing from them, right?
Yeah,
and
you just show up once a year.
once
That's
a
it.
year,
and you're not gonna show up ever after that.
and they tell you, आउँदै गर न दशैंमा मात्रै किन आउँछौ भनेर भन्ने. There's gonna be a lot of relatives who do that to you.
Number three.
But the thing
is, the relatives might have requested you or bashed you for not showing up.
Yeah,
for the
or
rest of the year.
half-hearted, welcomes that they ask you.
But the thing
give
is, you're too busy and you're like not interested to show up at all. So you just kindly say, "Mouse, I'll come. Don't worry. This is the year I will come.
Yes,
I will
I
come.
will
For a
make sure
change.
I
I
will
will change myself." But that will never ever
it
change.
didn't happen last year. It's not
will
gonna happen this
year. It's not gonna happen next year.
All right, number four. There is going to be one relative when you're playing cards that they are not going to take money out at all. They're going to be like, "Let's play on credit," right?
Yeah, and they're so confident of winning that they don't take their money out.
And the funny thing is, they are going to lose.
They are going to lose.
And they're not going to give you the money that they owe you.
Yeah, and how do you safeguard yourself against them?
I'm not going to play at all.
Yeah, they will have showed you that side to them, right?
Yeah,
so you should know them.
and you know what's more annoying? They sit down with 100 rupees and be like, "I'm going to double this and triple
yeah, this is gonna be enough. This is my initial starting money, but I'm gonna win from the first hand, and I'm not gonna need any money at all." Beware of those kind of relatives, and if you are one of them, please bring out some money. Nobody's gonna play with you. They have already known you through these years.
Yeah, number five. They're probably gonna, your relatives probably asked you awkward questions such as, when are you getting married?
Yeah. What are you doing with your life? Relates with the quarter life episode we did. Go and listen to that if you haven't already. So what are you doing with your life? And they're putting tika on you.
Yeah, and then
you see this next, there's this space that's void, and now you need to fill here. Next year, buhari aide pani hunthyo. In other words, we need your wife to be there next year. Oh my God, how do you answer those questions? My strategy is very simple. Just smile and listen from one ear and let it pass from the other.
I'm just waiting for the dakshina. You might say anything to me. Just give me the money fast.
Number six. So you meet these relatives at your place, right? No, I mean you go to someone else's place, and you meet those relatives you're supposed to meet later on in the day. But the thing is, instead of economizing and just meeting them there,
they have to ask you to come to
they will
their
force
house.
you to come to their place, because it just does not feel right for them to put tika on your forehead when everyone is in that goddamn room and everything is ready right there.
And the funny thing is, last year, because of the petrol crisis,
There was no petrol, and everyone was trying to economize. This time.
They were like, okay, all right, our travel got on a gate or something like that. So they used to just put it right there, and then when they saw you,
it was so good, man. I just like wanted that to happen every year.
This does not. That was a rare year.
Yeah, this year there's no petrol crisis, unfortunately. So brace yourselves. You have to go to every relative's house.
All right, number 7.
You have. That's a golden rule. You have to eat at every damn place you go.
If it's one sweet or one glass of Coke.
Yeah, or it's achar, it's pickles, or it's like meat.
Why not meat?
Yeah, they would be like, why are you just taking this sweet? You have to take meat.
And it's the fruit dana and meat combination that's in
and you're like
house.
sick and tired of eating that at every goddamn place that you go to, but you have to eat it or it'll be too rude.
And the thing is, I love when there's a different variety, Once I've had enough fruit danas.
Yeah, if you're the ones who prepare food at your place, and if you're listening to us right now, this is what the relatives have to go through. Don't make them go through all of this.
Why don't you, if you have made a special dish at your home, just invite us?
Yeah, please. We're like sick and tired of nanas and Coke and meat and pickles and sweets.
Number 8. Let me tell you, the first hour of tika is the most chaotic. You don't know where your father is or your mom is. Your father is shouting at you. Your mom is getting ready. Your siblings are somewhere, and
there's this panic. The sides are like that. The auspicious time is about to
yeah, and everyone is in a mood because rarely does it happen that everything goes smoothly.
And you know what? And by chance, if you are slightly behind schedule, you haven't had your first tika at home, and you hear sound of your door ringing.
Yeah, doorbell's
and there are already people who have come to receive tika from your family. So there is chaos because you haven't had your own tika and those people are already there to take tika from you. That is disaster, and you'll be forced to go and entertain your guests while the parents, get done with the tika. That is chaotic. So people, please work on your timings.
Yeah, talking about timing, number 9.
Nothing will ever go as planned.
Yeah, the day before, the tika, your family is going to sit down and you're going to properly
you're going to map out
everything, the shortest way to go to all the other relatives' houses and, the things that you'll be doing, and some way or the other, it's going to fall apart. Yeah. It's not going to work at all.
So no matter how hard you try, everything's going to fall off. And you'll always be behind.
Yeah, and there's going to be constant bickering between, your dad and mom, or dad and siblings, or dad and yourself, or mom and yourself.
And you know what happens as a result of this? You go to a relative's place, and then there's this awkward silence because you want to get the hell out of that place because you have some other place to go to, and you just like stand up and say, now let's just get done with the tika because we have to go to some other place. I'm sure this has happened to each and every one of you.
Yeah, alright, so we're almost at the halfway of it. Let's do number 10.
The structure. Over the years, your parents have been so adept at structuring which place to go to on the first day, the second day, and even the order of the particular order of each day.
That has remained the same throughout
that will
the
not
years.
Change. Go and try convincing your parents to slightly tweak it a bit. They will not listen to you. Get a bashing instead. So Silwal, second day around 3 p.m. afternoon, where will you be?
I don't remember. After all relatives look the same to me.
Well, mine's gonna be 3 p.m. at Podre's mama's house. Everyone's gonna go to Podre's mama's house. If you are not at Podre's mama's house, something is wrong with you and you'll get a call. So it's like fixed. There's no changing of this at all.
Alright.
Number
11. Because this is time of festivals and everyone's going home. There, a lot of Nepalese houses have housemaids and they're going home. So this time, your mom is responsible for all the kitchen work, from everything.
Everything. The dishes will pile up, and the housemaid is not there. So you as your family members are responsible for your own doing.
Let me tell you, girl or a boy who's listening to me, you are doing jack shit to help your mom.
Yeah.
You're more likely to go play cards than help her out.
Yeah, and this is gonna piss her off because she's expecting you to help her in the kitchen or with the dishes, and you've already made a plan to be with your friends and play marriage at your friend's place, and you're already very stoked and excited, and you don't even want to have lunch at home because your friend has invited you over for lunch, and she's gonna bash the hell out of you, and she's gonna question how you'll survive on your own if you go abroad for your further studies. And you go to the kitchen and everything is like so damn disorganized.
And you've never been inside a kitchen. Except for eating.
So just like brace yourself.
Number 12. Talking about getting bashings, if you're a guy and you're not wearing a dhaka topi or a topi on your head, you're going to get a big long lecture on how topis are important to keep jamaras and
how you don't understand the culture at all, and how you've
ruined Dashain.
And every year they have to tell you the same thing. And the funny thing is, even if one of your relatives misses or forgets to tell you that, there will be someone else who is going to remind you of the importance of a topi.
And let me tell you, your life is going down the drain. You have no value whatsoever left, and you're this punk ass kid.
Yes. And they wonder how you became an adult and how you're going to sustain the family culture this way, and they just put you down. They have no hopes from you whatsoever.
And the best case thing is, you hope mom has an extra topi just secretly waiting for you, or you ask for your dad's.
And when you ask them that, they give you that look, and you don't even want to follow up on your request after that.
Everyone knows the look that their parents give you. All right,
number kati ho?
13.
Number 13. So if you have an elder sibling or a cousin, this is the time of the year when you have to respect them, and they will make sure that you respect them. So what things will they do, Silwal?
They're first going to spread their legs out high above, and they're going to make you bow down to
as low as you can to show your deep
and for
respect.
as long as possible, making sure someone else clicks a picture of it.
They have to capture it so that they can show that to you for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But don't worry, as the junior guy or the girl, you can take solace from the fact that they would probably ask for that dakshina from their parents and give you a little bit of money for making you do all those things.
Number 14. You want to get rid of tika as quickly as possible.
I do.
What's your
and
excuse?
You make excuses.
Yeah.
My excuses, I have allergy with tikas, and if I don't do that, I'll get a lot of pimples.
Okay. I just say it fell down. I just go to the restroom and I just clean it off, and I tell people that.
And you need to go to the restroom, and the basin is like fully all red with all zamaras and everything. That's a horrendous sight. Number
15. Now this is specially for ladies, because this is the wild card that they
This
play.
is something we call the
period wild card.
So what happens is, there's this annoying relative and you have no interest in going to this place because, like we mentioned in the previous one of those points, they're going to nag you for not coming over to their place for the rest of the year. So
what you never learn from it.
You're never
going
to
to
never going to learn from it.
So ladies have it easy, right?
Yeah, simply what you say is, yeah, I'm on my periods, I can't come. Nobody's going to question you. No one can check if that's true or not.
Yeah,
right?
and you get away with it.
But
so this leads to number 16. Guys, if you want to get out of going to a relative's house, no way. That is never happening.
You're inviting war from your parents.
And they're gonna so double attack you from every side of the room. They're gonna shout at you for being a useless child, and for being unsocial.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes they might play a trick as well. Sometimes one of them might tell you that they are understanding of your concerns, that you don't want to go, and they just tell you, okay, I don't know, just go and ask your dad or go and ask your mom. And whoever you're left to deal with will have the final say, and trust us, the final say is no, you're coming with us.
If you plan on not going to that house, that relative, sorry, you're gonna have to go.
Yeah, have to.
Unless you've had a very good excuse.
Yeah.
So let us know.
Let us know
if
we need that. The dire straits. We need that.
Number 17.
Now this is very interesting. You get money for letting other people put that annoying tika on your forehead, right? So the compensation you get is dakshina.
Yeah.
But the amount of time you spend checking how much money is there in that envelope. When you were a kid, you could just do that right in front of them.
Right in front of it. Now,
No embarrassment.
You have to at least get out of the house, make sure no one's looking at you.
But you do make sure which envelope is given
from
by
which
which
house.
which person, right?
And even if you don't care about it, your parents care about it, and then gonna ask you, "Kati diyo, babu timlai yo?" Uncle le ala.
So you become this very observant person during that time. But please have the courtesy of not opening it right in front of them, because we're doing this on a lighter note, but we've talked about the serious issues of the capitalistic Dashain in the last episode. So you might want to refer to that before checking that envelope right in front of them.
I'm so amazed that we've actually made 17 lists so far.
Spontaneous, man. We're like amazing people.
Kudos to us. Kudos.
So the last point.
All right. You have to say it in your voice,
Okay.
all right?
Number
18. Throughout Dashain, you've gone on this cheat month where you've ate as much as possible. You've had, different varieties of meat, all the oily food as much as possible.
Or the same food at every goddamn stop you go to.
Stop. Not even a home stop.
Stop.
And now, once Dashain is over, you're gonna be like, oh, I've gained some weight. Now is my time to go on a diet.
Invariably, you'll hear this from everyone. Didn't care for 1 month, and now you're like, okay, I need to lose weight.
And the thing is, TR is just around the corner, so you have another excuse.
That's not. And then probably thought after that, he's just like, and then New Year after that, he's just never gonna stop at all.
All right, so I have one more for us. The 19th one.
That's the bonus. Okay.
The bonus is number 19. You probably were not listening to this on Tika Day. You probably were made to listen to this once we forced you to do this. So,
but to be fair to us, looking at all the points that we've run through, I'd rather be listening to the podcast than going through all of these things, man.
But this is the beauty of Dashain.
Right?
You're gonna miss. I have missed all of this happening this year.
And this is exactly what we were saying, right? So instead of, the capitalistic Dashain that we talked about in the last episode, these are the little joys in Dashain that you find, and it's not just unique to your family or your friend's family, it's unique to each and every one of us. Right? That's just
all
what we
the
wanted to
Nepalese,
show.
I hope in some ways have, experienced this over the last few years that they've been, enjoying Dashain. So
yeah, so people, you listen to us at 7:30, even if you have not, your parents are waiting for you. There's this very rigid structure. You need to go to that next place. So we hope you get a lot of dakshinas from the next place, and we'll see you again next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Until then, happy
Dashain from Satyal and Silwal and Animesh.
Woohoo!
हेर्नुस् है रामेबा, यसपालि त मलाई एउटा साडी दिनै पर्छ के? दशैं जस्तो चाडा जिन्दगीभरि 100 फरिया र चोलो कति लगाउनु?
लाइस बुढी साडी, पैसा न सैसा टिकी ट्यास ट्यास। दशैं नै हो कि यो मेरो दशा फर्किआएको। दशैं नै हो कि यो मेरो दशा फर्किआएको। वर्ष नै पछि किन यो मेरो टाउको